Hello, future nurses. I'm back with more examples of solving for fractions for the HESI, and I'm going to do a division problem now. Okay, so here's the division problem example. 4 7/8 divided by 1 1/6. Now, admittedly, that sounds kind of terrifying. It seems like dividing these crazy fractions like that is going to be really difficult. Guess what? It's not. It's actually no different in terms of the actual steps and the process compared to adding fractions or subtracting or multiplying. It's always the same process. And that's one of the things that makes this way, converting everything into decimals, makes it much easier for you because there's only one set of rules to follow. So hopefully you remember from the previous videos what we're going to do to start, which is we're going to convert each of these numbers, 4 7/8 and 1 1/6. We're going to convert them both from fractions into decimals. So starting with 4 7/8, it's going to be 4 plus 7 divided by 8. And that's going to equal, you're going to just plug that into your calculator. 4 plus, and then 7 divided by 8 will give you 0.875. And so that is going to give you 4.875. So easy peasy, right? Okay, so then 1 1/6, we're going to do the same thing. 1 plus 1 divided by 6. And that is going to be 1 plus, for that one, when we plug in 1 divided by 6 in the calculator, we've actually had this one before, we're going to get 1.6666667. We're just going to take it out to 4 decimal places. That is always going to work out for you for all the problems in the HESI. So just keep that in mind. That'll be your rule for all the HESI problems, is go out to 4 decimal places. So in that case, that becomes 1.667. So 1.1667. I'm not sure if I said that right. It's in the second step there, it's 1 plus 0.1667, and then that becomes 1.1667. Okay, so now we need to add them together. And if we add them together as decimals, then we can just put them into the calculator. So just to give me a little more space here, I'm gonna erase all this. And then I'm gonna put into the calculator 4.875 divided by 1.1667, and that will give me 0.875 divided by 1.1667 will give me 4.1785. I'm going to round that 4 up to a 5 because the next number after it is a 5, and that means the 4 rounds up. So I'm actually going to move this answer out here, 4.1785. So I've got a little more space to work out what all of my answer choices are in decimals. So we're looking for one of these answer choices, A, B, C, D, to be equal to 4.1785 when we convert it from a fraction into a decimal. And there's one here that we know we can knock out of contention from the beginning. We don't even have to do the math. Do you know which one it is? Hopefully you do. It's answer D. Oops, I didn't really need to erase that. I just meant to cross it out. Boop. Because it starts with a 5. And if you have a decimal number and it's a whole number plus the decimal, that's the number that has to be out front in the fraction form as well. So the rest of them are 4s. That means we have to solve all the remaining ones. So we've got 4 plus 5 divided by 28 equals, and I'm going to do a shortcut here. I'm not going to write out the whole thing just to save space. So 5 divided by 28. Here's how you can do it in your calculator. Actually, you can reverse the order. So you can do 5 divided by 28 equals, and I get 0.1786. And then I'm going to do the plus 4 at the end. That will give me the same thing. So 4.1786. In this case, I got 17857, so I rounded that up to 856, and that is almost the same as our answer. And on occasion, you're not going to get an exact match. It's going to be like super close. It's only because of rounding errors, and so this probably is going to end up being the correct answer, but I'm going to keep going just to make sure I don't get one that's dead on. So then for the next one, 4 plus 6 divided by 8 equals, so I'm going to do the 6 divided by 8 first, which is 0.75 plus 4 is 4.75. That's not very close, not a good answer. And then the last one, 4 plus 7 divided by 8. We'll start with 7 divided by 8 plus 4 equals 4.875. Okay, so also not very close. So that first one, super close. And the only reason that we didn't get the exact dead on decimal answer is because of rounding. And that's fine. That's going to happen from time to time. So just be comfortable with that. And so 4.1785 is equal to answer A, which is 4 5/28.